Anyways, oh, he's gonna die. Yeah, he's dead. So you can see he's dead and I'm alive, and these are the results. So welcome back to another video, guys. So today we're going to be making a video which has been suggested by someone else in a previous video, and I was on a actually different kind of video. It's not actually a round system video, but basically today we're going to be making a tutorial on a round system, except it's team based. So basically I made about like 2 videos on round system, and you probably should watch it because it's pretty helpful. Anyways, so I made this round system, this team-based round system. I made it into model. I scripted everything. So all you have to do is insert it inside insert it in your game, obviously. So you have this right here. So all you have to do right now, so just bear with me. So first, you want this in a replicated, not replicated, stored in server script service, right? Okay, boom. You have it in server script service, right? Now you have a lot of stuff in here. Now all of these are pretty much essential, so if you have one of these out of place, nothing will work. So make sure you have all of these in the right location. So first thing first, you have the 2 values for the round system in round and status. You probably know what I'm talking about if you watch my previous round system videos. Then you have the round and remote event. This will be for the remote event for the results that will show. So the GUI, the players, if you saw my winner list tutorial, whatever that's called. Anyways, then you have the frames. This is also for the results. So you have the blue frame for the blue team, the red frame for the red team, and the main. So this will be just like the main frame for the results. And you want all of this to be in the replicated storage because you want to replicate it technically, except I mean, you know what I'm talking about. So these are the values of the remote event, and all of these are the frames for the results. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, we have the 3 teams. So we got the lobby team, blue team, and red team. So lobby team, obviously lobby, blue team, red team, self-explanatory. This, you want this to put this in teams. So teams, if you don't have this, if you don't see this on your Explorer tab, go to Model, Advanced, Service, and insert the service. It should be somewhere here. Anyways, so you have this. Now you have instructions. That's only if you haven't watched the video, or this very video. But I'm going to show you I'm going to show you exactly what to do. So no worries. So you have these 3 spawns. Put this in workspace. So you have, these are pretty self-explanatory. So you have the blue spawn right here. Okay, obviously going to move it. When we make the map, you have the red spawn. This is where the red team players will spawn. This is the blue team's players where they will spawn, and the lobby spawn right here. Actually, the lobby should be the main thing right here. So it's gonna be the lobby right here. So this is where oh god, what the hell? Okay, here's the lobby. This is basically where everyone will teleport to after a round has finished, or yeah, after a round has finished. Okay, let's insert first a spawn point right here. Okay, so it's gonna be like a lobby. Of course, it's not gonna be like anything too over detailed. This is just a tutorial, after all. So we're just gonna make this pretty simple, like right here. Make this small lobby spawn. Let's put this here right next to it. Okay, we can just make the map, I guess. So we have this base plate right here. Let's make another map. This will be basically like a fighting map, a sword fighting thingy. So basically what it does, it shows the winner of the team, right? Or the round will end when one team has all its player lost or dead. So that's basically the essential thing of this tutorial, to show how you can do that. So we have 2 teams, red team and blue team, right? And if one team lost, meaning if all of their players has died, the round will end and it will show the winning team. And after that, when you see the results, you'll see every single player, whether or not they're dead. And that's really all. You can add like kills or something like these types of stats, but I'm gonna make it simple, so I'm not gonna really add it in this tutorial. But whatever. So we're gonna make this map, make a simple map right here. What? Okay. These are pretty trash. Whatever. Okay. So I'm not sure. You can really add anything. I'm just gonna add some random things. Select tree. Make sure when you insert free models, you don't insert a virus. That's something I'm stupid enough to not do. Stupid enough that I have done before. I mean, what the hell? Oh god. Yeah, whatever. So you have the red spawn right here, the blue spawn right here on either side. Then we can put like kind of color or something like that. Oh, that's not supposed to be happening. Okay, not really like that, but you can do. This is a blue team, I think, right? The blue team. Oh, this sucks. This really sucks. So I think, yeah, this is blue spawn. So this is like blue team right here, and then you have the red team. Oh man, I'm okay. So you have the red team right here. Well, that looks like an ugly color, to be honest. Whatever, you get the idea, right? You get the idea. So this will be like a sword fighting arena or something like that. So let's start sword. By the way, I think the classic sword, if you have R15 at least, or maybe not, I think even if you have R6, it still won't work because of filtering enabled. So the classic sword, this world probably won't work. It won't damage. Won't deal damage. I mean, so I don't know. Just insert really anything. So I'm gonna put like a few of these here, just for testing purposes. Of course, you can add your own gears in your own game, but that's just for demonstration purposes, obviously. Anyway, I think that's all. Let me stop this. Okay, there we go. I think that should be. That looks weird. Oh well. So this is lobby. This is the team base. So you have the two spawns right here, the red and the blue, and this is our lobby spawn. Right? Okay, good. So now we have a replicated storage. So in here, so this is for the round. So whenever a round, so this basically detects whenever a round has started. Or not really detect. This is used for that really, and this is for the status. This is used for the status. So whatever will show on the screen. So right here you have the screen UI under this. I haven't shown you what this does. Basically, you have to do that. You have to put this in started UI, and it shows whatever shows like the status of the game on screen. But you know what I'm talking about if you watch my previous videos on the round system. So this, you don't really have to do anything with this. So this will be used for this screen UI, and this the text label. So it will change depending on the status round, and this will actually be for the results, and these are also will be used for results as well. So in our script, our main server script, so we have intermission, round length, amount of seconds for the intermission, amount of seconds for round length. So we got the in round, and then the status, replicated storage. Okay, I don't know, that's kind of stupid, but whatever. Bear with. So this is blue team. The reason why it's indexed like this is because this has a space. So usually you just put like dot and then the name, but this we do it like this since it has a space, right? Same as red team. So if you want to change the team, if your team doesn't have a space, you probably want to index it normally, like how you index like game.replicated storage status. Just saying. So we have two values each. So this one, okay, these are all tables, by the way. So this table is for the amount of players at the start of the round. Same for red team. Amount of blue players, amount of red players at the beginning of the round. Right, the remaining blue and the remaining red is at the end of the round. The amount of players at the end of the round, and these are all tables. So we insert the player's name, the player names in the tables, so you can see how many players left are in each team. Right. So now this is the in round change connect. So the in round is basically a bool value, and it will either be true or false. If it's true, that means there's a round currently going. If it's false, that means there's no round and everyone is in the lobby. All right. So in round the value is true. That means if the game has just started, So we assign these two values, the blue team count and red team count. So for IV, so we get all the players. All right. There's some values you need for teleporting. All players. So this is just all the players in the entire server. So actually, you don't need this. You probably don't need this. Whatever. Okay, but that was like a while ago, but whatever. So if the number of red team count, now what you want to do is, now if you have, actually let's skip this part right here. So at the beginning of the round, there'll be 0 people in the red team and blue team. So this will automatically skip since each team has the same amount, which is 0. So it's going to skip these 2 conditions and else. So if it's the same number on each team, right, we'll just choose a random team using math.random. If it's 1, blue team. If it's 2, red team. And then when you have an uneven number between the 2, it will put the next player inside the team which has less players. So basically it will balance out. And so that's all this is really. So if it died, we'll put the if the player has died, we'll put him back in the lobby team. All right. And else, this else condition is for the in round. So in round equals true, else would be false. So if the in round is false, meaning if the round has just ended. So if the round has ended, we'll put everyone back in the lobby. We'll teleport them, right? And yeah, that's all for the change event. Now for this is the essential round, so this is what makes it work. So this is like the foundation of the tie-in round system, really. So what we'll do, what I added here, which I didn't actually show you in previous videos, is it repeats a loop, so it won't continue until there's a minimum required, minimum amount of players in the game. So what I did, oh, what the hell? Okay, what I did, so I repeated it until the number of game.players that get shown, meaning the amount of players in the server, is at least 2 or more. You can change this. You can change this to 4 if you want at least 4 players in the server for the game to start, etc. So the status value would be 2 or more players needed for a round to start. And you would change this if you want to change it. And yeah, so if it does meet the requirement, which is 2 players in a server, it'll start. So in round the value is false. That's what happens when the game or the server first starts. So everyone will be in the lobby, meaning it'll count down intermittent to for loop. Okay, so in round when that ends, in round that value will be true. That's when the round will start. So I'll count down for until the round will end. So what it does, it inserts. So this is the thing we actually mentioned earlier, the remaining blue. So it puts all the players that are in the game inside these tables. So if they're in blue team, they'll be put in the blue team table. If they're in red team, they'll be put in the remaining red team. I should say remaining red team, because it's the amount of players remaining, because they could die, right? And it will end. It will break. This entire for loop will break if each one of them has 0 players left. Each table has 0 players left, right? Right. So basically, if we check, actually check through the players, if their team is equal to blue team, we insert it in the blue team table, remaining blue team, I should say, remaining blue table. And otherwise, if they're in red team, we'll put them in the remaining red table. So in the end, we'll get the values, or we get the tables and the values inside of them, which, first of all, actually, we have 2 sets of tables, which is the remaining blue, or the blue team count, which was at the start of the round, the remaining blue, which is the amount of players at the end of the round, and same with the red team, the players, the amount of players in the red team, or the players in the red team at the start of the round, and the players of the red team, players in the red team at the end of the round. So we can see whether or not they're dead or not. Basically, that's the essential reason why you want to do that. Okay, so now we have, so this is actually the round end remote event. So now we can go to this the local script, which is the round end, and this is what happens. So we'll have we'll just define some variables. So red frame, you know what red frame, blue frame, starter GUI is the parent. Actually, it's not supposed to be screen GUI. I don't know why I named it starter GUI, but whatever. Replicated, and then there's also the main frame for it. So this is the function, but let's go down. So what we have here, and when we fire the client, so right here we fired the client, and here this is where it should be fired. So we did replicated that round end, the on client event connect. So we have all these passive variables, same thing we talked about. So blue team count remaining blue, red team count remaining red. So we just print here. You can remove that, that's not necessary. Okay, oops. So we have the main, and we tween the main, which is the main frame right here. We clone it, parent it under the screen UI, and we tween it into the middle, so you can see the animation. And now we have the put stats. So these put stats are the function that we defined right here. So remaining blue team count, these two values we pass down, and 1. This just shows that this is the blue team, and this right here, the number 2, will just what's it called again? We'll just say this is the red team. So right here, this is the function put stats, team count, remaining team number. So team number is either like 1 or 2, whether or not it's blue or red. So we loop through all the players in the team, right? Team count, which is the table of the team at the start of the game. That was at the start of the game. So basically, it'll have all the players in the that was in that team, even whether or not they died. So if the team number is 1, meaning it's blue. Else, if it's 2, it will be red. So we want to know which frame to clone. If it's blue team, we want to clone the blue frame. If it's red team, we want to clone the red frame. And the exposition and actually the exposition end is actually probably, yeah, actually that's probably useless. I should not have wrote this, but whatever. Exposition though, this shows, so we have like a list of red team in one side of the frame and the list of the blue team players in the other side of the frame. That's why we have the exposition. We get the user ID from the player's name. So of course, all the values in the table are player names, so not the exact players. So what we'll do, we do user ID equals game.players that get user ID from name async and player. And player is the value inside the table. So frame clone that name, that text of frame clone, by the way, is the frame that we clone. So the name of the frame right here. So let me show. So it's either blue or red. So the name right here, we will change it to the name of the player. The avatar, the image. So this avatar right here. We'll change the image to, actually this is a handy tool. We use the get user thumbnail async. So we put the ID that we got from the player. Enum that thumbnail type is headshot. You can change this if you want. You know what I'm saying. Avatar plus avatar thumbnail headshot. Change it to either 3 of them. And enum the thumbnail size, that size 420 by 420. So this is like the biggest size, the highest quality one. You can change this, but you probably wouldn't want to. Frame clone transparency is 0.5. You don't really have to care about this. Frame clone parent started UI. This is the parent, actually the parent. Not this, it's kind of technically it's the screen UI, but whatever. I'm just so stupid. And then we can tween it inside the frame. So we tween it. So exposition. So it's either the 2 of the positions. So either 0.61 or 0.39. 0.25 on the y-axis plus I times 0.075. I don't know, this looks kind of confusing, but basically it whenever it puts it in the list, it puts one after the other, not horizontally, vertically. So 1 and then the second one would be under it, and then so on. And then we just loop through the remaining players, the remaining T count. So the table that we got at the end of the round, which shows the amount of players that were still remaining, or that were still alive. So if our players, so that if there is a player in the remaining team, so if the team hasn't been like completely dead, we check if the player is the same as if the player from the table at the beginning of the round the same as the remaining player. So if the player is still alive, then we change the transparency of their frame to 0, and the skull.visible equals false. So the skull image right here, it shows whether or not I'm dead. By default, it is visible, which is kind of weird, but I mean, it still works. But this just shows whether or not the player is dead or not. So if the player is dead, so if we check and the player isn't actually dead, the image will be invisible. But if the player is dead, it will show a skull image, meaning they're dead. Kind of this. You can change this. You can change each of these. Actually, you can change the skull image if you want. Just saying. Else, frame clone transparency which is already 0.5. I think that's kind of useless. Anyways, and then remove stats. This is when we want to remove the stats out of the screen. So we'll loop through all the frames inside the screen UI. We tune it out and we destroy it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I forgot. I probably should have showed you this. So we have the blue frame. Let me show you this in the screen just so how it basically works. So the screen draw, you have the blue frame, the main frame. Now I put this outside the screen so it tweens in. So it first starts outside the screen and then it comes in. That's why that's kind of the reason why I did that. So let's put this inside. So this is the main frame. You have the results. This looks big, but that's because it's of this output windows and all that. And the blue frame, let me show you this. And you want to put these back outside the screen because you don't want it inside the screen all the time. So you have, let me show this. So basically like this is how it shows. Now if you want to change this, you can change the color, the gradient. So this gradient you can change if you want. Just saying, so if you want this like green or something, I don't know. If you want to change this to green, I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. Like if you want to change to this, I don't know, this looks kind of cool, but whatever. Same for the red frame, same exact thing. So I have the skull image. This will turn invisible if we check if the player is still alive. The name. Okay, you can change the font. Same with this main. You can change the you can actually change the design of this. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. So I can just change the font or whatever, but I'll just keep it like that. Anyways, let's just put everything back in here. Let's see. Well, we can test it first by playing it solo. So right now it shouldn't be working because we made the repeat loop that we mentioned earlier. So right here, as you can see, it says 2 or more players needed for a round to start. So let's try it with my friend L Bunny. Okay, so we are back, and with my boy L Bunny here, we're gonna test this game out and see how good this is. So the round's gonna start right now. Okay, perfect. I'm in blue team, he's in red team, and we're gonna fight off to the death. So I'm not sure what happened to the swords. He probably stole them. It doesn't matter anyways. I'm gonna see how this actually works. So I'm gonna see this guy. He's running away like a loser that he is. Okay, hey, come back here. Hey, stop running away, bro. Anyways, oh, he's gonna die. Yeah, he's dead. So you can see he's dead and I'm alive, and these are the results. So this is pretty much it. Let's play one more round because why not? Let's see how good this is. So as you can see, my friend L Bunny, he's a really good developer. He even has this Russian book. I don't know. I think he got it from a Russian event or something. Oh, looks like someone joined. Okay, hold a second. Let's test this all out. Hold a minute.